The story begins in a dark, cold place, a psychiatric hospital. Inside one of the rooms, the atmosphere is heavy. A man is hunched over, sketching a map on the wall with frantic movements. But suddenly, his body gives out. His life ends right there, and he collapses to the floor. Just then, another man appears in the room. This was the man pulling the strings. He was the one forcing the patient to draw that map. Why? Because he was desperately searching for someone, and that sketch was the key. Far away from that dark hospital, we meet a young boy named Michele. Michel is a quiet, meek kid, the kind who blends into the background at school. Like many boys his age, he has a crush on a classmate, a girl he really likes. But Michele is shy. He has never told her how he feels. Instead, he follows her around quietly, taking photos and videos of her on his phone, watching them later in private just to feel close to her. One day at school, the mood turns serious. A lady police officer walks into the classroom. She has some bad news. One of their classmates has gone missing and hasn't been seen for days. As it turns out, this officer isn't just a stranger. She is actually Michele's mom. Life isn't easy for Michele. In the middle of class, his nose starts bleeding. He rushes to the bathroom, but the school bullies follow him. They tease him relentlessly because he's fragile and doesn't know how to stand up for himself. Michele feels totally helpless. He wishes with all his heart that he could just once teach them a lesson, but he feels he isn't strong enough to do anything. Tonight is supposed to be special. There's a Halloween party at the house of the girl he likes, and Michele is so excited. He goes to a costume shop to find something perfect. While he's looking around, a small kid approaches him and hands him a superhero suit. "This is a mystic costume," the kid tells him. Michele asks, "Does that mean I'll look good in it?" The kid smiles and says, "You'll look good and you'll also get real powers." Michele takes the costume home, but once he's there, he feels dejected again. He sits on the sofa feeling small. His mom walks in and asks, "What's wrong, son?" Michele sighs. "I bought this costume, but the other kids will be wearing such beautiful, expensive clothes. Look at mine." His mom gives him the best advice. "Just be yourself, Michele. Never try to imitate others, or your own special qualities will be hidden. You are beautiful just as you are." Michele's father passed away years ago, and his mom loves him more than anything. Still, Michele misses his dad. He thinks to himself, if my father were here, he would have taught those bullies a lesson. Michele gets ready and heads to the party, but instead of a fun night, it turns into a nightmare. The bullies corner him. They found out about the photos and videos of the girl on his phone. "Look at this," they shout. "You've been taking her photos secretly. How creepy." They actually play the videos for everyone to see. The girl Michele likes is humiliated and furious. She screams at him in a rage. Heartbroken and embarrassed, Michele runs away and locks himself in a bathroom. Outside, the kids are laughing and mocking him, calling him a coward who is afraid of a girl. Standing in front of the mirror, Michele is at his breaking point. He talks to himself, looking at the costume. "That kid said this suit is powerful. Costume, what is your power? Can you make me invisible right now?" Suddenly, the lights flicker and go out. When they come back on, Michele looks in the mirror, and he is gone. He has actually disappeared. The next morning, the reality sinks in. While brushing his teeth, Michele realizes he is still invisible. He is thrilled. "I've been given a gift," he thinks. "Now I can finally take my revenge." He goes to school, completely unseen. As he walks, a mysterious man in black sunglasses watches him from a distance, though Michele doesn't notice. Inside the classroom, Michele has his fun. He splashes ink on the teacher, making it look like a student did it. The innocent student gets kicked out. He uses his invisibility to mess with the bullies who made his life miserable. But the news at school is getting darker. 2 more students have gone missing. They left a video message saying they ran away because they were fed up with their parents and wanted to be autonomous. A psychiatrist comes to the school to counsel the students, telling them how much their parents love them. While listening, Michele feels his body flickering. He's becoming visible again. Panicked, he runs out of the room, and everyone thinks he just hated the psychiatrist's speech. When Michele gets home, his sister notices something strange. She sees a pair of clothes moving on their own. "Brother, you're a superhero," she whispers. Michele puts a hand over her mouth. "Shh, keep it quiet. It started when I wore that costume." Later, while invisible, Michele overhears his mother on the phone. His heart shatters as he listens to the truth. He is not her biological son. He was adopted. Feeling betrayed and hurt, he slips away. His mother feels a chill, like someone just walked past, but she can't see him. Searching for peace, Michele goes to a park and sits on a swing. A girl nearby notices the swing moving by itself. She realizes someone is there and starts talking to the empty air. Michele talks back. They become fast friends, and Michele decides it's time to tell her who he really is. But before he can reveal his secret, a man jumps out and abducts the girl. Michele tries his best to save her, but without being able to hold her back, he fails. The kidnapped girl wakes up in a strange place surrounded by people testing her. They are looking for the invisible kid, and they want to make sure she isn't the one. When they realize she has no powers, they toss her into a room with the other two missing kids. Michele wants to go rescue her, but he hits a snag. His mother has washed his costume. He thinks the power was in the suit and screams at her, "You did this on purpose! You didn't want me to succeed!" Besides, you aren't even my real mother. He grabs his bike and rides to the beach, leaving his mother in tears. At the beach, the man in the black sunglasses appears again. He finally reveals the truth. "I have the same powers as you, Michele," he says, "because I am your father." He explains their history. Years ago in Russia, a nuclear explosion gave certain people superhuman abilities. A cruel leader formed a group of these specials and kept them as prisoners. Michele's biological mother was also there. She had the power of invisibility too. When Michele was born, his parents realized they couldn't let him grow up in such a cruel place. They fled, but the leader's men chased them. "Your mother sacrificed herself to save us," the father says. "She has been invisible ever since. I knew I couldn't raise you alone while being hunted, so I left you at the house of that police officer, hoping you'd have a normal life." He tells Michele that the powers weren't in the costume. They were inside him all along. He also reveals that he can read minds. "That lady who raised you is a good person, Michele. She loves you. Go apologize." Michele reunites with his foster mother and apologizes. But the danger isn't over. The psychiatrist from the school actually knows Michele's secret and is trying to hunt him down. Meanwhile, the girl who was kidnapped is trapped on a ship. She manages to turn on a powerful bright flashlight as a signal. Michele's father tells his foster mother not to worry. Michele is now stronger and more courageous than ever. Using his invisibility, he sneaks onto the ship, defeats the guards, and finds the girl. But when he hands her a gun for safety, she suddenly points it at him. Michele realizes she is being mind-controlled. He discovers an old, paralyzed man on the ship who has the power to control anyone he touches. This man is the puppet master behind the psychiatrist and the girl. He tries to escape with Michele in a watercraft, but Michele uses his powers perfectly, smashing the equipment and locking the old man in a room. As Michele emerges from the ship, saving everyone, the public is watching. His father pulls him aside. "You have great power, son, but we must keep it secret. Live like a normal person. It will be easier." Then, his father uses his mental powers to erase the memory of the incident from everyone present. When the people wake up, they only remember that the lady police officer, Michele's mom, rescued the kids. She becomes a hero in the eyes of the city. The next day, Michele goes back to school. The bullies try to tease him again, but Michele doesn't hide. He looks them in the eye and calmly tells them it would be a very bad idea to mess with him. The bullies are stunned by his new confidence. The story ends with a reveal. Michele's biological mother and a younger sister are still alive. His father had hidden them in different places to keep them safe, and somewhere out there, his mother is still searching for his sister. The adventure is just beginning.